Welcome back, everyone. Today is our tutorial Thursday, and we are doing a mani with December's subscription box plates. I only used one of the two plates, but today's mani was inspired by the scraper card and the colors in this box. We have this lovely mani that we're going to recreate on the other hand. Like I said, I only used the one plate this time around out of this box. I had a hard time last night deciding what I wanted from the other plate, and I ultimately just decided that due to how this looks, I wanted to do something a lot like that. And it didn't help that the colors on the scraper card matched two colors of polish that I hadn't used in forever. So I decided that I was going to go ahead and do a gradient with these two again for the first time in a long time. I used to use these a lot back when they were one of the few polishes I had, and I loved this color combination. I don't know if they're available anymore. I bought these quite a few years ago. They're from CoverGirl, and the colors are Constant Caribbean and Fuchsia Flame. So we're going to do a sponge gradient with these, and we are going to use Frozen from Maniology B316 for the stamping. And for the reverse stamping, we're going to use High Voltage from Maniology P137, which is a glow-in-the-dark polish that came in not this year's Halloween box, but the Halloween box before that, last year's. And Blue Hawaii from Maniology P133. And this is a really pretty blue that came out last spring, I'd like to say. Maybe it came out last summer. Sally Hansen Diamond Strength Diamonds 120. This doesn't have a name, but it's a gray from Kiss products, and I got this at the Dollar Tree. I also used over top of the gradients to help its drying process, such a Vitae quick dry top coat. I used OPI's matte top coat. I used a liquid latex barrier, and I also used Maniology's white peel off base P151. Now, I had mentioned before that I was testing this out. This stuff does actually work rather well if you put enough layers of it. You need 2 to 3 coats. It needs to be relatively thick for it to be a decent peel off. Now, if you try to do it thin, it's not going to peel nicely, unfortunately. So if you don't want extra bulk on your nails, just go with a regular peel off base coat and then use a different color, a regular white nail polish that doesn't take as many coats or something like that. But this helps take an extra step out if you don't mind the extra bulk. But I had a person comment that they had trouble getting it off, and I also had trouble getting it off when I put it on thinner, and so I tried putting it on thicker, and it does work just fine thicker. In fact, a little too well. My manis last about 2 days at most when I use this underneath before it starts peeling up and peeling off. So I have gotten more days out of it than that, but like I have to be much more gentle with my nails, otherwise they just peel off in one day. So I'm undecided on this stuff. I don't know how to feel about it yet. At worst case scenario, it'll be a good base polish for my son because he's wanting to change mayonnaise out frequently anyways. So we'll see how it goes. I'll let you guys know how I feel about it. I'm still undecided. Much like with the solid builder gel, I'm still kind of undecided how I feel about it. I haven't tested it enough to know how I feel about it yet. So on to the tutorial. So I'm going to go ahead and take these two colors from CoverGirl, the Fuchsia Flame and the Constant Caribbean. Yeah, that's what it's called. And I'm going to take a makeup sponge. Okay, let's get these open. And then I'm going to get my liquid latex barrier. I'm going to start applying my barrier. Let's get this back a little bit here, guys. Okay, there we go. Makes it a little easier for us all to see, right? Whoa, okay. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I have a glob here. There we go. That was kind of gross. It looked kind of like snot. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and put our liquid latex barrier on. And I apologize for the dryness of my cuticles. It is very cold here recently where I live, and my skin is very dry. Thanks to the constant flow of heat in the house, my skin is very dry, and it doesn't help that I've done a lot of cooking and dishes and all that recently, even more than I normally do, which I do a lot to start with. But I've done, with the holidays and everything else, more than I normally would. Which actually cracked me up. Due to the fact that we're close to Thanksgiving and turkeys are relatively inexpensive to buy, thanks to the holidays and everything, I can get a lot more meals out of it and get it more cost effective meals that way. So I bought another turkey and made another turkey this week, and I made a second pot pie. My lovely son, last night after I made pot pie, we had one slice left, and he's really fond of our new neighbors who have kids close to the same age as mine. He's pretty fond of them, and he goes, I wanted to give that last slice to the neighbors as I'm putting it away. As I try to explain to him that, you know, there's 5 of them. One slice is not going to be fair to give to them because there's 5 of them. You would have to give them a whole pie for it to be fair. So, yeah, it was kind of funny. He was wanting to share our pot pie. He liked it so much he wanted to share it with the neighbors. And I had to explain to him that, you know, there's not enough there to do that. And that when we go to make Christmas cookies, we can send some over. It is something we have done in the past. We have, when we go to make cookies for a holiday, we have gone and sent some over to the neighbor across the street. She's an older lady, and her husband passed away the same year that my oldest son was born, and so she's kind of lonely, and we just, you know, try to help keep her company whenever we can and do nice things for her. She's around the same age as my grandmother, so it's kind of hard to see her being alone. and occasionally struggle with stuff. There was one time I went over and helped her with a lawnmower because she was having problems with it, and it was nice to have somebody friendly living nearby. She was very excited when I got pregnant with the youngest and got the boys Christmas presents before the youngest was even born. Okay, this liquid latex barrier is starting to piss me off. Okay, I think I may have finally got it off of the nail. I thought that was going to be easier than what it was to get off the nail, but apparently that is not the case. Okay, so now that we got that off the nails, we can go ahead and... I'm having struggles here, I'm sorry guys. Okay, we can go ahead and put our polish on the sponge. Trying not to stick my fingers together, and every time I try not to, I end up doing it. Okay. So on half of the sponge vertically, we're going to take this lovely blue, green, teal color, and on the other half we're going to take this lovely fuchsia color. I'm going to be sad when I run out of these because these are some really pretty colors. If you guys know of another brand that has colors like this, that's a good dupe, please let me know in the comments below, because I haven't seen these particular ones in a really long time, and I really, really like them. So if I can get, even if it's a different brand, these particular kinds of colors, I would love to have them. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to do the green facing inward like I did on this hand. So I'm going to take the sponge like this and we're just going to dab it on like so. And then we're going to go in on the other side and we're going to flip it and do the same thing. Okay. Now we ran out of polish. We're going to refill our sponge. So this part's the part that takes the longest. Once we get to the stamping itself, it'll go really quickly. Doing a sponge gradient's a pain in the butt. And to be fair, you could use the color block plate for this. You know, these are regular polish, but for starters, I'm running really low on these particular polishes. And for secondary, I tried to do the color block plate last night, and because of my enhancements, my reinforcement layer, there was enough curve to my nail that I was having trouble getting it to coat the entire nail. So, for me personally, that did not work out so well. And we're just going to keep alternating it, flipping it and alternating it. Okay. So that way the colors kind of coincide with each finger, where the purple transitions and then so on and so forth. Come on. Separate. Thank you. Come on. You can do this without a liquid latex barrier. I would not personally recommend doing this without some kind of barrier because that's part of why my cuticles are so dry on my right hand. They're even worse on my right hand than my left because the sheer amount of acetone it took to clean up my fingers after doing the sponge gradient was pretty awful. And my already dry skin became exceptionally dry and not so pleasant to look at. I don't know how well you could see it on camera, but it's pretty bad. I need to put cuticle oil on and some cuticle cream on, and I probably will after the filming is done, so that way they don't start peeling and splitting, because they're not far from that stage. So, all right, make sure that you have enough polish to actually sponge this on. And we're going to go in and we're going to do another layer, and we're just going to keep doing this until we have a nice lovely gradient that we're happy with. Like I said, just keep alternating between the two sides. Just flip, move on to the next finger, flip, move on to the next finger. When you run out of polish, add polish, flip, and move on. It may take a decent amount of layers before you have a gradient you're happy with. Give it enough dry time in between each time you're doing this though, otherwise you're just going to be pulling the polish up. I can tell we had a lot of rain recently. Come on, give me the freaking... There we go. Didn't want to give me the brush from the bottle. Things I need to purchase. One is a bottle holder that allows me to tip the bottle and get the polish when it starts getting low. I really need to buy one. I also need more plate holders. Plate storage, because I am rapidly running out of stamping plate storage. Again, I need more polish racks because I'm running out of space for that. It's a mess, guys. It's a mess. I need to work on getting a lot of different things. I will get there eventually. So we're going to go in, we're going to refill our sponge. Okay, good thing this is so low. And sponge. You know, with as cold as it is, I'm surprised I don't have a feline in my lap. Our female was on me all night last night, enough so that she's got my back hurting, because she decided that my stomach, while I was on my side, mind you, laying on my side, was the place to lay. That's where she decided was the place to lay, and it was putting pressure on my spine in a not so pleasant way. I am desperately trying not to ruin the liquid latex barrier and have to redo it. In case you guys are wondering why I'm so like hyper focused while I'm painting this, I am desperately trying not to ruin the liquid latex barrier here. There we go. Okay. And we're sponging that on. I love these colors. They're so pretty. Oh my goodness. I apologize if you could hear my stomach right then. I don't know what's going on with it. I don't know why I just did that. It didn't hurt or anything. It just decided to make all sorts of weird noises. Okay. So we are probably one layer away from the gradient that we're looking for. I could stop here, but I feel like I can still see enough of the white through it that I just want to do one more layer. It doesn't seem like you see it too well on the camera, how you can see the white through, but I can in person. So that will bother me. I'm too OCD for that to not bother me. You might brush back. I need to clean the top. I need to clean the necks of these bottles because that's the problem. They're all mucked up and it's sticking. So if you want a good video on cleaning up your polished bottles when they're having trouble and restoring them, Kelly Marissa has some really good videos on that, on restoring polishes and cleaning up the bottles and things like that. So that is definitely a channel I would recommend checking out. She primarily she doesn't really do a whole lot of nail art. She primarily does swatches on different polishes and colors and stuff, and reviews polishes. But she does have a little bit of nail art. She does have good videos on like restoration, affordable liquid latex, things like that. So she's one to check out. She's been around for a while on YouTube. And I've been watching her videos for years. Okay. Much like Christine from Simply Nailogical. She's been around for a long time too. I've watched her for a long time. Okay. This should be the last layer of polish. Such pretty colors. Such pretty colors. Why did I cap those off? I still need polish. What is wrong with me this time? Hi, Peaches. Nice eagle, buddy. Yeah. Oh, you're gonna tell Mama all about it. Hey, baby. Yes, sweet boy. Mr. Peaches. Yes, my sweet baby. I know the kids aren't home. I really need to run our vacuum. Yes, I do. Kyle tripped on it yesterday. So, Home Depot had an amazing Black Friday sale on robot vacuums, whatever you want to call it. It was a different brand from Roomba, but essentially that's what it was a Roomba. And it's called Dustin. It's called Dustin, and it It was 75% off. It's normally like $1,000 vacuum. And we got it for under $300. That's huge. And our almost 5-year-old tripped on it yesterday when it was going. He's notorious for not. He has body awareness issues, and he's notorious for not realizing where he's going, not paying attention to where his feet is going. He stepped on the cat yesterday too. Not intentionally. He was just going towards me and the cat was by my feet and he stepped on his paw. So body awareness issues is huge for this kid. But he had tripped on the vacuum while it was going. And so I just decided that running it while he's home is probably not an option because the kid doesn't seem to understand not be near it while it's going. Okay, I'm going to peel off this liquid latex barrier, then we're going to clean up the polish around the edges, and of course it didn't pull it up with the barrier. Of course not. So I'm still going to have to use the acetone. Okay, so, clean up around your edges, and we'll get to the stamping. My poor fingers are going to be so dry. Oh well. We will fix it. That's what we have. Hardest Hoof cream and cuticle oil and all that is. And I got another bottle of cuticle oil, so that was my free gift from the Cyber Monday sale, was a bottle of cuticle oil. So... Ooh, okay, tweezers before this fuses to it, because I had that happen yesterday. There. Okay, this stuff is loose, so we're going to grab some tape and move it that way, I think. I feel like I can manage that. Part. Haha! That is a successful way to do this, guys. Takes the bulk of it. Less acetone on the skin. Woohoo! I can celebrate that. I can definitely celebrate that. Oh boy. So... I am very tired this morning. This is quite the challenge, guys. This is why I don't do gradients very often. Even though I really like them, they are a pain in the butt. And they take a lot of time. Okay. So, like I thought, I missed some of the liquid latex on the actual nail. That's an easy enough fix. I just go in with a detail brush with that color and problem solved. Okay. So we just go around the edges of the nail, clean up. And because my skin is very dry, there's only so much I can get to come off currently. I'm going to need to add moisture to that area to get the rest of it to come off. Where is my detail brush? So to fix that little section there, we're just going to go in with a detail brush and the missing color. And we're going to manually go in and paint it in there. So that's been cleaned up to the best of my ability anyways. And I need to finish cleaning up the other fingers. And then we'll give it a quick dry top coat. And then we'll start prepping for the stamping. Make sure, especially if you're in like a dry climate, or do a lot of stuff that dries your hands out, that you are moisturizing your hands well after doing your manicure, because it is very bad for your nails and your hands if you don't. Using all this acetone can really dry it out, cause, especially if you're in a dry environment or do stuff that's very drying on your hands, it can really cause problems with your skin. Did I just miss my trash can with the liquid latex? Yes, I did. Okay, let's fix that. Finish peeling off the liquid latex barriers. Woohoo! There we go. We are almost on to the stamping. Okay. That did not work out so well. Okay. Try it again. On the other hand. Yay! Less acetone on my skin. It has been a morning, guys. It has been a morning. So. My boys were fighting over a puzzle this morning. It's been a morning. Speaking of my children fighting, they normally don't fight. Okay, they are usually pretty good about not fighting, and they get along rather well. I mean, that didn't used to be the case when Kyle was much younger. He primarily wanted to be left alone by his brother because his brother wasn't very nice when they were real little. Wasn't real nice to him. He was constantly taking stuff from him and just in generality not being real nice. There were some jealousy issues there, and it caused some problems, and but he eventually did start to understand that his brother was different, and he started becoming nicer to him, and now they get along great, normally. But his brother was really tired on Sunday night. He'd played really hard that day outside, and he was just completely unreasonable. And he didn't want to be fair to his brother at story time. And he wanted to pick all the stories, and there's normally 3 stories. That's a lot, and he normally picks 2 out of 3, and his brother picks the 3rd. Well, he didn't want to share and was being completely unreasonable, so Kyle started kicking him and screaming, "Share!" Which is not okay, so we had to scold him, but at the same time, it was great to see a normal behavior out of him. He is the one that's autistic and primarily nonverbal. Communication is something we still struggle with him heavily. Like, we heavily struggle with communication still. But for him to even try to communicate with his brother was huge. He normally doesn't try to. And that was big. It was really big, but also funny, and we were trying not to laugh while also trying not to condone him kicking his brother. That was a mixed bag for us right there. It was hard to handle that one, because you're trying not to laugh because it's kind of funny and relieving at the same time because it's a normal behavior, but at the same time you're not trying to condone it and show any kind of positive emotions towards it because it's not considered an okay behavior. You don't want them hitting each other. It's just, it's a funny situation to be in. There, fix up that lovely little spot. Okay, so we got our lovely gradient. We're going to put the quick dry top coat on top so that way it's not going to get messed up. And if we mess up a stamp and we have to use some acetone, it's not going to ruin the gradient underneath. Okay, so oh, that's too big of a glow. There we go. I've gotten too much on the brush. And let it drip back into the bottle. And hopefully this mani lasts more than a day because I got a lot of rougher stuff that I gotta do. And I'm not particularly ready to go bare nailed again. I like having designs on my nails, and I'm getting kind of tired of not having designs on my nails the majority of the time. I'm not used to that anymore. That's kind of why I'm undecided about this particular peel-off base, because I don't want it peeled off until I'm ready to film again. And lately, it has not been the case. Oh well, maybe I'll do one off camera for my Instagram if it peels off and I have time to do another one. I had taken and did a mani for me not that long ago. It wasn't anything extravagant. It's basic stamp, basic sticker, nail stickers for just me. I had bought those nail stickers and I hadn't even gotten a chance to have a mani with it just for me. You know, they came out back in Halloween time, back in October. And I had bought it when it came out. So I did one for me. And right after I did one for you guys, I did one for me. And it was nice. It's a lot harder to do all this on camera than it is off camera. And it was nice to just kick back, have some music, just do one for me. But I also like helping you guys, so it's not like I'm about to stop filming for you guys or anything. But it was just It's nice to have one for me. Okay, so we've got our top coat. Let's put this bunch off to the side. That's still good. I just need to cut the end off. Sorry, guys. I accidentally smacked the stand with my plate. We're going to let this dry some, and so I'm not going to use it because I don't want to mess it up, but this lovely stamper right here came with the box, and I'm klutzy enough today that if I was to use that, it's going to get messed up. It's going to get messed up, guys. I can already see it now. So while we're waiting on this dry, we're going to start some of the reverse stamping stuff. There wasn't a whole lot of it. There was just a couple, like, yeah, it was just 3 nails that had some reverse stamping. It was this moon right here off to the side. So, let's see here. And go ahead and pick up. I'm going to clean up around it. And I use high voltage on the inside of that. And no, I don't put a white underneath, beneath the high voltage, because I like that it made it a little bit darker. I didn't want it as bright. Oh, it'd help if I had a start on that. The cotton ball was dry. That doesn't do me any good, guys. Okay. And that is why I am not using my brand new pretty stamper. And then we're going to use this lovely little cat image right here. And we're also going to clean up around it. Okay, for a second there I thought I'd accidentally stamped on my other nail, cleaning up. So I would not put that past myself either. That would be something that I would have done. The process of trying not to bump my nails that are wet. Okay, so we're at a point where we can kind of, ooh, that was bad. That was bad. Okay, we're okay. Shifted it back in place. I was testing the dryness and I accidentally wrinkled it a bit. It'd be okay. I can fix that. Pat it back in place. That was almost disastrous. Okay. So, with this lovely moon, we used high voltage and blue Hawaii. Now, I used blue Hawaii on the flowers. So I went in on just the little flowers like this. There wasn't a whole lot to fill in with that. It was just 2 little dabs. And then the rest was high voltage. And then we went in with high voltage. Okay. That is a very bright yellow polish, and I didn't want something quite that bright, so I purposely did not put a white behind that. Okay, so this is where I use the gray. I use the gray on the cat. So just use this gray from Kiss Polish. Kiss is a brand that does all sorts of nail stuff. They do press-ons, they do acrylic kits that you can buy in Walmart or Walgreens or anything like that. And they do polishes as well. They do lots of different nail stuff. We're going to go in and we're going to fill this lovely little kitty in with gray. Okay, so there's that, and we're going to go ahead and stick our moon down, centered on the nail. Okay, and the cat, we're going to go ahead and do on the ring finger. Center. Oh, I should have put down a sticky base. I tried too much to put down nicely. Come on. Okay, so this is where I'm going to have to do an end angle here. We're going to have to do something kind of tricksy here. I'm going to very gently put a sticky base layer over top of that. So that it'll transfer. Dry for a moment. I apologize if I was off camera filling these. I didn't realize if I was. I may have very well been. Okay. Then we're going to line it up. Haha. Problem solved. That was close. Okay, so we're gonna go in and now we're gonna collect, well, before we do that, let's go ahead and stamp the other stuff, because aside from one, they're just stamped. We're gonna go ahead and grab this one right here. This is Pisces, that's what I am, I'm a Pisces. So I just went ahead and used the Pisces one in the middle finger. And centered. And then this lovely butterfly. Yes, scrape. Which was part of the inspiration here, guys. That's why this looks the way it does. Clean up around the edges. Okay, so this goes on the index. Center. centered. Okay. So. There we go. And we're going to clean that up. I'm going to go ahead and grab the final stamp that needs to be reverse stamped and get that started. And then we're going to go in and we're going to put all the little lovely stars that's around the cat and around the moon. Okay, so we've picked up this lovely little crystal that's off in this upper corner. We're going to clean up around it. What are you doing, Topaz? I hear you over there. What are you doing, buddy? Are you playing? Yeah? Are you playing, buddy? Okay. Is it playtime? Is it playtime, old man? Yeah. You look awfully excited this morning. You feeling good today? Yeah. Are you feeling good today, buddy? Seems like you're feeling pretty good today. Good. Mama's glad you're feeling good today. That is one of my more elder cats. Peach, the other one you heard, was his brother from the same litter, and they're both 12 years old. They're kind of old, and they don't play as much as they used to. So I encourage it. Help try to keep them healthy and living for as long as we can. Okay, so we're going to go in with Blue Hawaii on the flowers. Down here. You having fun, Topaz? Hmm? You having fun, old man? You seem like it. I love you too. You're rubbing my leg now. Okay. So we're just going to go in and fill in this flower. Okay, and on that little crescent moon, if you can see it, I probably not. Let's go ahead and get this zoomed in. Okay. There we go, now it's focusing. That little crescent moon up there. And the flower's been filled in. So we're going to go in with the crescent moon. We're going to use high voltage for the crescent moon. Go. And that's nice and filled in. And then for the crystal itself, that's when we're going to use this diamond from Sally Hansen. I need a nap. Probably not going to get one, but I need one. And then we're just going to go in on the crystal and we're going to fill that in. And this is the end result before we apply it to the nail, and that's going to go on the pinky. So while we're waiting on that, we're going to go in and we're going to grab Frozen again, and we're going to just grab stars and moons and stuff like that, and we're going to apply that to around the moon on the thumb and the cat on the ring finger. And in no specific order. It's pretty random how I put it on there. I don't have any particular order in which I did it. I just applied stars and moons and butterflies. I didn't put a specific order to anything. So go in that corner with that. And we're just going to go ahead and apply. The stars. Yep, and that one's not going to apply now. It'll be alright. Oh. Okay, so we're going to go over here. We're going to collect some of the stars from over there. Going to apply them. There. So that thumb is done. Thumb is done. And I'm going to clean up around where it got on the skin. And that's complete. Oh, I also use smudge-free top coat. I forgot about that. I forgot about that. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. I'm going to put some this way. It's getting in my way. Making my life a little bit more difficult at this moment in time. That's better. Not so many bottles to fight with. I had way too many bottles around. Okay. So now we're going to clean up the plate and we're going to gather some more stars. And stuff like that to go around the cat. And then we can work at placing theoretically that is dry enough. Yeah, that's dry enough. We can go ahead and stick sticky base on the pinky. Let that dry enough to actually transfer the image here. Oh, goodness. All right, who is touching my leg? I bet it's Topaz. It is. What are you doing, Topaz? Did you put a toy under my stuff again? Did you? Did you put a toy under Mama's stuff? Yes, you look excited. Yes, you do. You look very excited. Are you happy with yourself right now? Do you like stashing your stuff under Mommy's rolly trolleys over there that has nail stuff? Alright. And gather some more stars. I know it seems pretty counterproductive. I'm removing like half of it, but it's easier than trying to apply all of that around the image. So here's the fun part. trying to get stars nicely around the cat without putting it over it. If need be, you can literally go in individually and remove all the others and only use one at a time. If it's too difficult to do it working with a bunch at once, which is understandable for some. Like I couldn't have done that back in the past. Okay, this should be ready to apply. And center. Voila. So there's that. Go ahead and clean our plate. Oh, goodness. Sorry, it's a busy time of year for me. The youngest birthday is in less than 2 weeks, so his birthday is next week, so I'm still prepping for that. And then we've got Christmas, and then I gotta start prepping for the oldest's birthday because his is in January. It's it's a bit much. So I'm exhausted, guys. I'm exhausted. And they're about to go on Christmas break, which means I need to really here soon finish getting their Christmas presents and everything. Oh, yeah, I need to do that in the near future. Okay, so now we're going to go in with the smudge-free top coat. And then after that, the matte top coat. If I get any more exhausted, we're going to have some issues. Okay. What are you playing with, Topaz? A clod of dirt? I know, I need to sweep this room again. So we've had a mass amount of rain recently, and we just got done putting together a play set for the kids in the backyard, and we did it in the rain for multiple days over the weekend. Like, we spent the whole weekend putting it together for them. So they've been having fun playing out there, but the whole process has drug a bunch of dirt into the house, and my floors in the area where our new vacuum can't reach is I'm still fighting with that area of the house on getting all the dirt out, because so much has been tracked in over the last few days. Well, close to a week. Like, for the last half a week, let's say, roughly. A lot has been tracked in, and I've swept it up and swept it up and swept it up, and there's still more just constantly getting tracked in. And it doesn't help that my husband is a plumber and is constantly tracking in all sorts of stuff. So this room is, because of all the rain, a bit of a mess, despite the constant cleaning. And I do mean constant. It seems like every time I turn around, I am sweeping the floor in here again and wiping up the area, and it never ends. It never ends. It's much like laundry and dishes. It just never ends. Every time I get it done, the like 5 seconds it's been done, it's needing to be done again. It never ends. The lovely joys of adulthood, right? Especially of being a parent. Alright, we're going to clean this scraper card, which was very much so the inspiration here, guys. It was too amusing that I had the exact colors, guys. Not even their brand, but I had the exact colors. Look at that. That's where the inspiration came from, guys. Right there. Look at that. That's exactly where it came from. Right there. That scraper card gave me the idea. I saw that and I was like, I want that. That's what I want. Now, you could do it shiny or you could do it matte. Doesn't matter. It looks good both ways. You can put it with a glossy top coat over top of this. I like the matte. It gives it a bit of a frosted look. But both look good. I'm going to go in with OPI's matte top coat. OPI's had some issues recently with their top coat, and I'm not sure why. Leaving little white flecks in it that's not there when you apply, so you know it's not from like flaked off polish, but like for some reason when it dries, it's got these white spots in it. I'm not sure why. And I bought a Sally Hansen one to try, and I'm not sold on that one either, let's be honest. I'm currently in a phase of playing with different types of matte top coat, and since the OPI has always been my favorite, and I don't know why I'm starting to have this issue with them. And it's upsetting. I don't know if it was just some bad batches that came out recently or what, but like, it's upsetting because I really like OPI's matte top coat. But I've heard a lot of other people complaining about it recently too, of the same exact problem. So I don't know if they changed their formula a little bit or if they had some bad batches or what, but it's annoying to say the least. But with this particular design, if it gets white dots in it, it's gonna just look like part of the design and not an issue. So that's why I went ahead and used OPIs instead of Sally Hansen's. I just don't feel like the matte effect from the Sally Hansen's just as good. I just don't. I like the matte effect from the OPIs better. It's frustrating, to say the least. If you want a softer matte, one that you can barely even tell it's there, go ahead and do the Sally Hansen. If you want a more like firm matte, do the, a more opaque matte, I guess. I don't know how you want to put it. Use the OPI. Just it's a nicer matte. It's a more solid matte. It's not as soft. It's like a semi-gloss, I guess, is the way to put the matte top coat for Sally Hansen. Like, it's matte, but it's not matte. If you guys understand what I'm saying here. Like, it's not... It's in between the two. It's not quite a gloss, it's not quite a matte. It's somewhere in between. I have to put like 3 layers of it for it to actually seem like matte, and then it really muddies the images. It's weird looking, it doesn't look right. So, but yeah, that's the inspiration, guys, was that scraper card. And sorry, dropping stuff. So yeah, there you have it. Nice, lovely mani with December's plates. And yeah, I'm really digging this month's box. I love the stamper. Like I said, I'm not using the actual stamper today because I'm too klutzy today, and I don't want to accidentally spill acetone on it and ruin it. And of course, my left hand looks better than my right because my right is my dominant hand, and I can't work as well with my left hand. But this lovely little mani here was from December's box, and I'm really digging this box, guys. It's really cute. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I apologize for times where I was kind of off camera. I am very tired today, and it's hard for me to function. So hopefully this was able to help you guys and give you guys some inspiration with this month's box. And if you were on the fence, maybe this helped you with your decision. Maybe it'll make you decide you want it, or maybe you've decided that it's just not for you, and that's okay. But either way, I hope this was entertaining and helpful. And, you know, as usual, if you want to help me out and you like this content, you can like or subscribe or both. Or, you know, if you're making an order with Maniology, you can use my code, which will be left in the description below, to give yourself a discount and give me a small kickback, so that way I can still be able to keep up with the new releases to go over with you guys and help give you guys ideas. So I hope you guys are having a good morning, afternoon, evening, night, whatever it may be where you're at. And thank you all who have used my code. It has been a big help. And until next time, guys, bye.